Hey, what's Solo? Come on that way.
WWE SmackDown was rocked to its core when the Bloodline saga took another shocking turn. For months, fans have been watching Solo Sikoa fight to hold the family dynasty together in Roman Reigns' absence. But just when it seemed like he was keeping control, everything changed. Out of nowhere, Tama Tonga stormed back into WWE with fire in his eyes and unfinished business on his mind. The eruption inside the arena said it all. Fans knew something massive was about to go down. But what nobody expected was for Tama Tonga to bring Jacob Fatu into the chaos. Together, they sent a message that will echo throughout WWE. The bloodline is no longer safe, not from rivals, and certainly not from their own family. The bloodline on the edge. The bloodline has been the most dominant faction in WWE over the past several years, but cracks have been showing. With Roman Reigns still absent from SmackDown, Solo Sikoa has been carrying the mantle, trying to maintain dominance. Jimmy Uso has done his best to keep the family steady, but week after week, tensions and doubts have grown. Fans have sensed that the group isn't as untouchable as it once was. The aura of control was fading, and the rest of the locker room smelled opportunity. The only question was, who would be bold enough to take advantage? The return of Tama Tonga. When Tama Tonga's music hit, the atmosphere inside the arena shifted instantly. Fans who had been waiting weeks for his return finally got their wish, and the reaction was thunderous. Tonga is known for being unpredictable, dangerous, and fiercely independent, and his arrival sent a wave of energy through the show. For a moment, it looked like he might be coming back to help stabilize the bloodline, especially with Solo under so much pressure. But the fire in his eyes told a different story. This wasn't a reunion, it was a reckoning. Jacob Fatu joins the fight. If Tama Tonga's return wasn't shocking enough, the WWE Universe nearly came unglued when Jacob Fatu suddenly entered the chaos. One of the most feared and respected names in the family lineage, Jacob Fatu has been making waves outside WWE for years with his dominant presence and hard-hitting style. Seeing him appear alongside Tama Tonga changed everything. This wasn't just one man making a statement, it was the beginning of a dangerous new alliance. The pairing of Tonga and Fatu instantly gave the impression of a storm about to rip through SmackDown, with the bloodlines squarely in the path. The Backstage Brawl. The eruption didn't stay in the ring. Almost immediately, chaos spilled backstage, and that's where things truly went off the rails. Solo Sikoa tried to confront Tama Tonga, but Jacob Fatu was right there with him. What followed was an all-out war. Chairs flew, tables collapsed, and equipment was destroyed as the two sides tore into each other. WWE officials and security scrambled to contain the mayhem. But for several minutes, the scene was absolute pandemonium. The sounds of bodies crashing against crates and the roar of the crowd watching on the big screen created one of the most chaotic scenes SmackDown has seen in years. Solo Sikoa under fire. For Solo Sikoa, this was more than just a fight. It was an attack on his authority, his leadership, and his ability to keep the bloodline intact. As the man currently carrying the weight of the dynasty, Solo has been under pressure like never before. The return of Tama Tonga and the addition of Jacob Fatu now put him directly in the crosshairs. What started as him trying to prove he could lead in Roman's absence has turned into an outright battle for survival. Solo's aura of control was shattered in that moment, and the bloodline's future suddenly looks more fragile than ever. Jimmy Uso caught in the middle. While the chaos unfolded, fans couldn't help but notice Jimmy Uso's position in all of this. For months, Jimmy has been trying to steady the bloodline, but with Tama and Jacob now stepping in, the dynamic has changed drastically. Does Jimmy stay loyal to Solo in the current structure, or does he start to question his place and consider siding with Tonga and Fatu? His uneasy body language during recent segments suggests that he knows things are spinning out of control, and his decision could very well determine where this family war heads next. The message from Tonga and Fatu amid the wreckage of the Backstage Brawl. The message Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu sent couldn't have been clearer. They're not here to fall in line. They're here to dismantle everything Solo has been trying to hold together. The bloodline has prided itself on being untouchable, But for the first time in years, their dominance is being directly challenged from within the family itself. Tonga and Fatu don't just want to fight, they want to rip down the foundation and rebuild power on their terms. A family civil war? The question that now hangs over SmackDown is simple but massive. Is this the beginning of a bloodline civil war? WWE fans have been speculating about cracks in the faction for months, but this feels like the tipping point. On one side, Solo Sikoa and those still clinging to Roman's legacy. On the other, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, hungry to carve out their own dynasty. This isn't just about matches or championships, it's about the future of one of wrestling's most dominant families. The fans' react social media erupted within minutes of the brawl. Hashtags like hashtag Bloodline Civil War and hashtag Tama Tonga trended worldwide as fans debated what the return meant. Some celebrated Tonga and Fatu for shaking things up, calling them the spark SmackDown desperately needed. Others worried that the bloodline, once an unstoppable force, was about to collapse entirely. Fan theories spread like wildfire, with some believing Roman Reigns will return soon to restore order, while others think he may come back only to find his empire already in ruins. What's next for SmackDown? With Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu aligning, SmackDown's future just became impossible to predict. The Bloodline saga has dominated WWE storytelling for years, but this new chapter feels different. It's no longer about protecting a dynasty. It's about tearing it apart and seeing who's left standing when the dust settles. Rival factions, ambitious challengers, and even other promotions are going to be watching closely. Because when a family war this big breaks out, everyone feels the impact. Every episode moving forward is now must-see television. Conclusion: the bloodline in turmoil. The bloodline has always stood on loyalty, strength, and unity. But with Tama Tonga's shocking return and Jacob Fatu's arrival, that foundation has been rocked to its core. Solo Sikoa is under siege, Jimmy Uso is caught in the middle, and Roman Reigns remains absent while his empire burns from within. The era of dominance may not be over, but it has never been more unstable. The only certainty is that SmackDown has become the most unpredictable show in WWE. Fans better buckle up because the Bloodline saga just entered its most explosive chapter yet.